What's going on? Space Rehab 93 coming at you here. Just showing y'all what I got going on, playing around a little bit. Ain't made up my mind yet. I might hook up these two base AKs, I'm not sure. See what we got going on. Got to get me a high output alternator on the way if I'm even gonna think about that. This thing's doing a 150.3 with just two 18s. I built a fourth order enclosure in here. Just been playing with it. I can't decide whether I want to add me a little L piece up here on this top edge or not, but it's two EVL 18s. Still playing with the box, trying to get it tuned right. We just did the little trim pieces and stuff last night on the sides. I decided to go ahead and move everything to the back, but as you can see, you can see that it's doing 150.3, and that's on music. I think it's around 45, something like that, 45 hertz. This thing actually is not too bad. It's got decent bandwidth. It tuned kind of on the higher side. It plays about 30 up to 60 if I wanted to. So we just been playing around with it, trying to get it right, getting it cleaned out in here. I'm having huge roof flex issues, as you can see my little cargo stripper pole over here. So trying to get her tuned right. Had to mess with this baffle or loading wall, whatever you want to call it. That's the third one I've made. I made one that was a little bit, you know, probably about this high. Then I went up to the bottom of those 45s right there. It didn't like that too much. And then I went where it is now. So I think that's about 5 or 6 inches of an opening, something like that. But been playing with it, trying to get it right. It definitely is not easy. A lot of people like these builds, but I will tell you, it has been whooping my ass. It has been killing me. I've just been doing all this wiring and stuff, trying to get the wire management halfway decent back here. So it ain't perfect, but looks better than I have seen anyway. I'll show y'all the other side over here. I'm pretty happy with it for at least the C-pillar wall anyway. So trying to do it, maintain keeping my seats. So these two batteries right here in the floor are coming out of here. I actually have this thing over here that is gonna have 6 15s in it, putting the American base XFL 15s in it, and I'm gonna have them running off of 3 base 8Ks. And those excess power batteries that I showed you are going in there. So if I don't go lithium, I ain't made up my mind yet. All this stuff catching on fire I've been seeing lately has got me a little worried. So don't want to dump a bunch of money into something and see it go up in flames. That would be terrifying. Yeah, we just been playing with it, trying to get it right. I think I actually am going to take this baffle right here and add a 3-inch piece to it, because you know anything about these fourth orders, it's all about playing with it. You just gotta test and tune, which the 150.3 that I showed y'all is the highest that I've got out of it so far. So at first it was 146, 147, something like that, and just kept playing with it and sealed it off, and all that helped me gain a lot, over 2.5 dB. Which is pretty insane just for sealing it off and playing with the port wall. I didn't think it would gain that much. It definitely surprised me. So, but I like the bandwidth that it has. I have another, kind of hard to see, but I have another box sitting right there. Just a regular slot ported box. Well, it's cut out for the 218s, but it just is tuned stupid high. They don't like to play nothing under about 35 hertz. So, but y'all check out my display case. I went and picked this thing up the other day. Been messing around with it. Put me some lights in it. So, trying to get it set up out here in the Basehead garage. I found a killer deal. This lady around here, she deals with a guy that hauls fruit juice concentrate in big, humongous, like just to concentrate, big, humongous crates. And this lady is selling this 1-inch birch. It's 40 by 46 sheets. I'm getting them sheets for $15 a piece. I struck gold when I found that. But there's that other port wall I was telling you about. This was the first one I started with, and it did not like it. And I even put a little bull nose on it, trying to help the air roll off of it. But yeah, it definitely likes what's in there better. I just don't really know what to do as far as the port wall, other than playing with it, or loading wall, whatever you want to call it. So everybody calls them different things. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep playing with it. That's all I can do. I think the width of the port is right as far as that goes. As far as how wide it is, I just think it needs to be a little longer. And also playing with the subs, you know, putting them inverted and then putting them, you know, regular mounted in the enclosure, which I haven't done that yet. When I first started doing it, I had them inverted, then I flipped them back regular and it gained, and then I changed the port wall around and put them back inverted, and it gained again. So theoretically speaking, I should be able to flip them back regularly, you know, mounted the way they should be, and it might pick up. I don't know. I'm hoping to get it to 52, 53, something like that. So I don't know what I'm gonna do about the roof flex. I'm trying to figure that out. So it's sealed off pretty good in the back. Over here, there is a little gap right there, which I gotta address that later. So I don't think there's, can't really see it, but I don't think there's much of one right there. So, but if I do decide to run both of these taramps base 8Ks, they're gonna be at 2 ohm anyway. So I mean, that's still 10,000 RMS, which it'll never see. I think they do 5100 or something like that at 2 ohm. It'll never see that after box ride and stuff. So I'm figuring, I'm just lowballing it. I figure I might get 3K out of each of them after rides, maybe 3,500, something like that. But yeah, I'm pretty dang excited to get it back going. After doing all this, it looks really good. And I actually ran the ground wires down under here. As you can see, I'll show y'all underneath here where they at. I still got this one right here to go to hook up. I gotta put a terminal on it, but I got them 2 spots right there. Ground down to bare metal. That's the actual frame of the car itself. As you can see, the actual frame is right here, you know, but it's the actual frame. It's attached to the frame. So but yeah, and then after I get them all put right there, I'm gonna shoot some paint over them just to keep them from rusting up on me and getting back crappy. And by the way, too, that 150.3 is ran off all CCA too. So, and I've been running a lead acid under the hood too, which I'm about to swap that thing out to a AGM. It's a smaller AGM, but still, nevertheless, the flow voltages are different on both of them. It's a little baby, but it still should help a little bit. It's actually the Mighty Max Viper. I think it's 35 amp hour or something like that. I thought it says 12 volts, 800 watts, so that'll help. And those are also Mighty Max batteries in the back of this thing, and those are the equivalent to these up here, the XS, I think they're, you know, the D3100s. And these things are monsters, 117 amp hours. So they're the exact same dimensions and everything. So but yeah, man, y'all mess with me, like, comment, subscribe if you feel like it. If not, I appreciate you watching. So I need to post more. I've been meaning to record doing this and just been so gung-ho doing it, you know, so I just ain't even recorded nothing. I'm like, dang. I was thinking about it earlier. I was like, dang, I should have recorded, because there's a lot of stuff you go through with this stuff that you don't, you try to plan everything out, but you go through a lot of stuff that you don't think about, so to speak. And this is my very first wall build I've ever did. I've built 4 or 5 boxes, you know, one for 2 15s. I've built one for 4 15s. Built some 10 boxes over the years. Did the one for the 2 18s, and now this one. So it's all a learning process. A lot of people will say, oh, you need a box design and all that. The way I look at it is I'd rather try and fail 1,000 times rather than pay somebody to do it. Because after that, after the point you pay somebody, you're not learning anything. If I pay for a design, I got that design. I don't know anything about a fourth order and how it works when it comes to the next time I do one. Which some people will say that's backwards, and more power to them. But me personally, I am hard-headed and stubborn, and I like to do things on my own without having to ask for help. And all these box builders, man, they just so busy, covered up. You know, I got the time right now. I don't want to have to wait 2 weeks, 3 weeks for a, you know, a design. When even the box builders will tell you, if you get a design, you still need to test it and play with it, because no box builder is perfect. So but yeah, they're the same dimensions. They're not quite as big, but they're 110 amp hours. So they hold up pretty good. I actually had these last year. I went to the Sundown Show. The videos on this channel. I went to the Sundown Show. I had the 415s in here, and I had 6 of these in the car. And it was doing, with the 415s and just a regular slot ported box, I did a 151.2 or 3 or something like that. Well, then again, I did that, never recorded it, so you have to take my word for it or don't. So, but yeah, I got tired of just sealed boxes, so I said the heck with it. I'm gonna make me a fourth order and see what happens. So I'm figuring that if I hook up both of these 8Ks, I'm hoping to get close to a 55, because right now I actually did clamp this amp a while back, and I was only getting 4,000 watts out of it at 1 ohm. Both of them wired to 1 8K. They're dual 4s, so both of them wired to 1 8K there at a 1 ohm load, and it was only clamping a little over 4,000 watts. So it's only 2,000 per sub, give or take. So if I get this one going and I get 3,000 out of it, you know, at 2 ohm, then theoretically should be a little bit louder, because that's pretty much doubling your power. Or not doubling it, but it's, you know, they say if you double your power, you gain 3 dB. So if you got 4,000 watts, 2,000 watts per sub, and you go to 3,000 watts per sub, you should gain, theoretically, quote unquote, 1.5 dB. But if you know anything about all this stuff, you know it don't work like that. So once you get up to around 150s, it starts getting hard. But all right, y'all, I'm jumping off here. Y'all have a good one. Catch y'all later.